Hello guys, this is Ben from Crypto Addicts. I am delighted to see you again for a new video. So as you may know, beside our YouTube video, Crypto Addicts is above all a channel of signals with automatic trading bots and analyzers. But more and more, we have customers who come to us after having been to competing channels and explain their bot experience on some of them, showing incredible success rates, but with users who are only. By analyzing all this, we quickly realize the big scam it represents, and even if we take the risk of making a lot of enemies by making this video, we will explain why and how this channel manipulates the numbers. Here we go. If you are already on Telegram following Crypto Signals channel, you know that there is everything. Amateur channels, pump channels to be avoided at all costs, and professional channel or even channels that pretend to be professional. So we decided to see how the signals were managed, and we selected 20 different channels. The result is clear. In all the 20 channels analyzed, they all show success rate higher than 60%, earning addition of several hundred of percentage, and yet only one allowed us to make a real profit, and with a risky system and only one signal per week. So why do these channels show good statistics but don't win anything? There are a lot of points, and today we won't even address the issue of these who suppress the wrong signals or edit them afterwards, but we are just going to talk about the classic scams. The first one, a poor risk-reward and success rate ratio. What is risk-reward? It's a ratio that makes it possible to evaluate a trade by analyzing the expected gain according to a possible loss. By taking the percentage of possible gain over the percentage of possible loss, we obtain a ratio that must preferably be positive. Let's take an example. If we have a stop loss at 5% and a target one at 10%, we have a risk-reward of 10 to 5, so 1 on 2. Concerning the success rate, it will determine the success rate of the signal, and it's always calculated on the achievement of a provider target 1. Thus, if a provider has a success rate of 70%, this means that out of 100 trades, 70 have reached T1. By combining those results, you obtain the relationship between risk-reward and success rate as shown in this graph. The interest of this graph is to know that for a risk-reward of 1 on 2, so 2 times more gain than loss, you must have a success rate of higher than 33%. It's okay then. On the other hand, if you have a risk-reward ratio of 4 on 1, you then need a success rate of more than 80%. It starts to be hard. In other words, for 1 trade loss, you will have to win 4. Here is a concrete example taken for one of the channels. As we can see, for a signal with an input at 260 and a stop at 234, we have a stop at 10%. The target is at 3.3%. Thus, we have a risk ratio of 3 on 1. This is obviously a bad ratio, and in the long term it will be very difficult to make a real profit. Sometimes there are even those who don't put a stop loss at all, like this. So it's quite easy to have 100% success rate. But well, some channels indicate success rate of more than 80%. So do they make money? Well, not necessarily. And here is how they handle with the second point. The second element, the profit manipulation on target. Another element to be taken into account is the evolution of price. For example, channel reports a success rate of 80% for the T1, with a risk-reward ratio of 3 on 1. Let's take an example. Imagine that the price reached the T1. You sell 50%. Then the price goes down and hits the stop loss. So you have 3.3% of gain on the half of the position and 10% of loss on the other half. In other words, fees excluded, you are losing at least 3.3%, while the channels show a success and this trade is added to the previous successes. Are you starting now to understand the scam? To counter this problem at Crypto Addicts, and I don't talk about it to advertise it since you will find other bots like Tricoma that also allow this, but we have a break-even stop loss and a trailing stop that approach the buying area once the T1 reaches in order to always stay positive if the price goes down, so yes, but are really useful. The third element of cheating is the low volume signals. This is a very common practice and is mainly used by channels without bots. They will send signals on value with excessively low volume and generally less than 60 BTC on a daily basis. The results? In the best case, you will not be able to enter the signals because only a minority of customers will be able to enter at the indicated price, while the other will not have found a seller at the desired purchase price. The concern is that it's often these trades that work, pumped by the customer themselves, and for the channels it will contribute to the pretty statistics that are actually full of signals that are impossible to execute. In the worst case, you will be entering at the market price during the pump and at the price much higher than the suggested entry point. The entry will then activate the first target, which will cause a sale, and you will have come in high, come out low with losses, while the channel talks about a new success. Once again, no luck. So how do you find the right channel? The first one, give the priority to the channel with a trading bot. The investment they have been able to make is also a guarantee of security on their professionalism, and you will be able to calculate the results more easily. Second one, look on specialized websites to know the good and professional channels. Third point, look at the shared signals on their free channel and calculate the risk rewards. And the last one, ask the channel manager for a listing of the trades to get all the information before buying a subscription. Basically, make some research so you don't run into a scam, and be aware that in this market anyone from their garage can call themselves a trader, so don't take anyone's advice. This is already the end of this video. I wish you a very pleasant day, and we will meet again next week for more analysis and advice. See you soon!